Hello, this is 5. This is the second part of my Up at 5 a.m. series that I just made up right now. But, anyways, today's topic is being, or at least feeling like a loser at a new school. Because that's kind of what happened to me. I was get into the story right away, because nobody wants a fucking big ass build up. So, from kindergarten through 8th grade, I was with the same school, same district, like, same sort of kids. Like, it was 3 schools in the district, then they all went to the middle school in 7th grade and like that shit. And I was with the same school until then. And I had my friends the whole time, all that. So that was life, it was easy. And then I went to a different school to pursue an actual career because I'm not going to college, it's not for me. And it was weird. I had my now girlfriend as like my best friend there, but then I got all fucking gay and like stopped. I got all like jealous that she literally like got a friend, and I got like jealous that like she's like, oh, I'm not gonna be your best friend anymore. Yeah, like the stupidest thing ever. And then she started liking another guy, even though I liked her, and then I liked this other girl, and it was this whole thing. Story for another time. And for the most part, I didn't really have any friends. I had my brother, who was a senior, his friends, and there were certain times where we ate with the seniors, but otherwise we'd eat with just the freshmen, our class. And for the most part, I didn't have many friends. I didn't have many people to sit with, and that sucked. It didn't really bother me as much at the time. I was just like, yeah, that's life. Like, I didn't even think about it as like me being a loser or whatever, which is the correct way to think about it. But like, it bothers me more now than it didn't then. And to preface, there's absolutely nothing wrong with sitting alone or not having friends or whatever, just whatever, anything like that. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. A lot of people have been there. A lot of people have been in that situation. Not everyone, but what are you gonna do? It's just one of those things. Some people have experienced it, some people haven't. Nothing wrong with it. It happens. Sometimes it can be from a lot of things, but it doesn't really matter. It's not the point of the story. Well, actually, it's the fucking point of the story. I am so gone right now. But, so, like, for the most part, I could sit with my brother's friends, and they were very, very good to me, and I appreciated it a lot. Even looking back now, I was like, wow. But it's weird to think about, because right now, I mean, my school doesn't really have, like, the popular kids or, like, the cliques or whatever, but, like, well, like, it obviously has cliques, but it doesn't have, like, the set popular kids or whatever. Like, these are the fucking jocks from, like, movies and shit. I don't think that really exists anymore. But, like, now, I have good friends. I have friends. I have good friends. Quite enjoy hanging out with them, all that. But for a while, probably a solid 8 months into the year, I had like maybe 1 or 2 people that would sit with me at lunch when we weren't in shop, which is a whole different thing. And I haven't really said much. This has kind of just been me saying the same thing over and over again, but it's weird to think about. Like, it didn't bother me then, but it bothers me now. Like, Jesus. Because I'm kind of shy. Well, not as much at school anymore. I'm kind of annoying and I talk a lot in class and shit, but I don't know, that's different. But like, as far as like talking to new people or meeting new people, that's like not for me. I hate that shit. Never. It's just, I don't like it. Like, once I start talking to someone, it's easy, but like actually getting to that point is like, ugh. And it's not like, especially in high school, like maybe in other things you can, but like in high school, obviously, you can't just like walk up to a random group of people like adults say you can and just be like, hey, want to be friends? This isn't kindergarten. That literally happened to me on the first day of kindergarten. That guy was my best friend for like until fifth or 6th grade or whatever. But not like we stopped becoming friends, but like, shit happens. It's like, that's literally what happened. First day of school of kindergarten on the bus, I'm sitting there. And then some kid looks at me, he's like, hi, my name's Henry. I'm like, hi. They want to be friends? I was like, sure. Like, that was it. Like, you can just do that and when you're that old, but like this isn't, you can't just do that in high school because then you get made fun of and kids think you're weird even if you're not weird, even if you are weird because everyone's weird. And it's this whole thing. And a lot of things are just this whole thing. And that, I don't know, like I could elaborate a lot and then this video be 15 minutes long, or I could end it now because I have to go to bed because it's 5 in the morning. So I'm gonna do that. That's 5. That's me saying the same thing over and over again. Yeah.